I helped an e-commerce brand generate an additional $2 million in just 1 year. All I did was change their email marketing strategy. Simply improving your email marketing strategy can increase your store's revenue up to 50%. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you how you should run your email marketing so you can get extra sales from your e-commerce store. And as you can see, these are the results that we got for our own client in the past year. We generated 1.6 million pounds, which is more than $2 million. That was in the past year. So the first thing that you should do for your own e-commerce store is build your email flows. So your flows are the backbone of your email marketing. They're basically automated email sequences that will be sent based on different triggers throughout the customer journey. They allow to automate your email marketing, allowing you to scale easily and quickly. Basically, the personalized messaging in each flow can help engage and retain customers better, leading to higher sales for your store. I always recommend to have at least 8 core flows in place for every single e-commerce brand. First of all, we have the welcome series flow. So this flow is the flow that will be sent to people who just signed up for your newsletter. So those are not new customers, but new subscribers that you want to nurture towards their first purchase at your store. And this is an example of the welcome series flow that we implemented for this client. So as you can see, straight after signing up, we sent them the first email. We do them a resend after 24 hours if someone didn't open the first email. And then 1 day later, we sent them a second email where we share the brand's story. 1 day later, we focus on showing the best sellers. 2 days later, we show some reviews. 1 day later, we show an email where we compare ourselves to the competitors so people can see what are the differences between our brand and our competitors. And then finally, in the last 2 emails, we want to promote a new incentive because after 5 emails, it's safe to assume that people didn't like the first incentive. So that's why I want to give them a second, better incentive to get them over the line and to get them to do that purchase. And this is how the first welcome series email looks like. We basically welcome the audience. We make it immediately clear what the incentive is that we promise. We give away the discount code and people can buy straight away. And of course, we also want to give a bit more background on what the brand stands for, what they can expect. So we have a little text about that. And again, we reinforce the incentive. So we give away the discount code because we want to get people to buy as soon as possible. And finally, we want to show some social proof. One way to do that is by showing a review. We end the email with some risk reversals, like in this case, a 30-day money back guarantee and free UK shipping over £49. So these are risk reversals to make it easier for people to decide if they want to buy or not. So the second flow that you should implement for your e-commerce store is the site abandonment flow. Site abandonment flow is basically an email that you want to send out to people who have viewed your website but not a product page. So they're really early in the customer journey. You want to guide them to different collections that you have on your store and make it as easy as possible for them to go and visit a product page. The next flow that you need to have is the browse abandonment flow. This flow will be sent to people who are already on a product page, but they have not added this product to their cart. This is a flow that will make sure that people will go back to your store and will add the product to your cart. If you don't have this flow, 98% of the people are just going away and you will never see them again at your store. So for this brand, we implement a 7-part sequence. At first, we just want to send them a quick reminder with, hey, this is the product that you watched. Do you want to return to our store to watch the product again? So just a simple nudge. 1 day later, you want to give a bit more information about the product that they've watched. So you basically want to say, hey, we're better than our competitors. You want to have this product right now, and give them reasons to actually buy from you now. Third email, you want to continue with this. So you want to highlight different USPs compared to your second email. One thing to keep in mind is that you want to keep your emails short and snappy. So that's why when highlighting benefits, you don't want to share all the product benefits in one email, but you want to spread this out along multiple emails. The next email will be an email where we say this product is really popular, is going out of stock soon, or just highlight the fact that this is a bestseller, can already do wonders. And then after 4 emails, now it's time to finally introduce a discount. And this is a tactic that we like to implement, is that we don't want to give away discount codes straight away because the modern customer expects it. So they're basically adding a product to the cart or just watching a product, and then they're waiting to get an email from the brand with a discount code. And basically the last 2 emails are follow-up emails on on the discount code. So you want to use a lot of urgency, and the last email is even going to be a plain text email, because plain text emails in general have much more personal feeling to it and will get better email deliverability because there are no images inside. Next up is the cart abandonment. This is quite self-explanatory. So this is for people who have added a product to the cart but did not start a checkout. So this is something different compared to the next flow, which is the checkout abandonment. And this is something that a lot of brands are mixing up. They think that the cart abandonment and the checkout abandonment flow are the same flow, and that's not the case. So for cart abandonment, the trigger is added to cart. For the checkout abandonment, the trigger is checkout started. So people actually started the checkout phase, but they didn't complete it, so they didn't buy. So now we got all the most important pre-purchase flows covered, but post-purchase flows are also really, really important. And the major one is going to be the post-purchase flow. So this flow has multiple goals. First of all, you want to thank them for actually buying item off your store. So in the first 48 hours, a lot of people will get something that's called buyer's remorse, because in the first 48 hours, it's highly likely that people don't get their delivery yet. So what will happen is that people have already paid for a product, but they haven't received the product. So what you want to do with your post-purchase flow is build excitement for the delivery and tell them, hey, you made a good decision. And then the next day, you can give people information on how to use the product. So you basically are future pacing the product that you're getting. But now you want to make sure that you get social proof from them. So after a while, they use your product. You want to send them an email where you ask for a product review. This is really good to help build social proof for your brand. And you don't only have to ask for a product review, you can also ask for user-generated content with your post-purchase flow. The post-purchase flow is also really good to actually boost your loyalty system. So if you have a loyalty system, if people are satisfied about the product, you want to build loyalty with your customer. And finally, you want to cross-sell different items. And this is an example of a cross-sell email in the post-purchase flow for our client. Basically say, thank you, enjoy 10% off, and continue your grooming journey with our brand. So we're giving away a discount code, and we say you might also like these products. So we basically recommend products based on their purchase history. So make sure to load this in dynamically or make different splits based on what they've done earlier in the sales journey. The next flow is the customer win-back flow. So this is a flow that we will be sending between the 60 and 120 days after doing the first purchase. So we basically want to win back our customers. And the last core flow that I highly recommend for every e-commerce brand is the sunset flow. And this flow is not about generating revenue, but this flow is to make sure that people who are unengaged are being engaged with your brand again. So you want to send them multiple emails to make sure that they're actually opening your emails. And once they're opening your emails, you can actually start sending them campaigns again and making them more engaged. And of course, in the end, the goal is to make them buy again from you. And at the end of the sunset flow, you can basically assign a tag to this person which says unengaged. So you know that this person is unengaged, and you can suppress them from your Klaviyo list. So you have less active profiles in your Klaviyo account and you have less costs. You can lower your plan, and you're only sending to engaged people, which will massively boost your email deliverability. And one last thing I want to mention, that all these flows are not a set it and forget it thing. Once you set them up, they will generate revenue for you automatically, but you have to keep optimizing them. You have to run a B test to make sure that you get the best results possible. And things are changing, so you need to change your tactics every now and then. Second step is to grow your email list. You want to create a sign-up form that's visually appealing and optimized for conversions. If you have a larger email list, this will mean you have more customers to engage with and more traffic that will go to your store, which will in the end result in more sales for your store. What you see in here is the typical e-commerce funnel where you're running top of funnel paid ads. People will visit your website, where 2% of the people on average will convert and 98% of the people will leave your store without purchasing. And of course, you thought about that, so you're setting up retargeting ads to make sure that these people will come back. But this is costing you a lot of ad spend and a lot of money for your brand. But still, some people will revisit your website. 2% of these people will convert. And the result of this will be that your cost per acquisition will be sky high. Now the optimized e-commerce funnel with a good sign-up form and a good email marketing strategy. So still, you will be running top of funnel paid ads. So people will still visit your website via your paid ads, and still 2% of the people will convert directly, and 98% of the people will at first leave your store. But before these people are leaving your store, you will capture 8 to 12% of these people with a high converting sign-up form. And once these people have filled in the sign-up form, they will join your email list, they will join your welcome series series flow, and around 10 to 20% of the people who are joining your email list are now converting and are now a first-time buyer. And the rest of those people, you can still nurture them with your campaigns and with order flows. So you can even get more conversion out of this audience. So this is what we call the optimized e-commerce funnel. But how to create a high converting sign-up form? The first thing that you want to do is create an offer, because your offer is the game changer for your sign-up form. So ask yourself, would you sign up for a newsletter with a bad offer? I don't think so. Make sure to test different offers to find out which offer resonates the best with your target audience. And of course, remember to factor in your profit margins, your sign-up rate, your welcome flow, conversion rate, and the revenue that's attributed to your welcome flow. And there are actually a lot of offers that you can split test for your own brand. So think about a buy one get one free, a buy one get one at 50% off, a free gift when you buy product X, a free digital product, free shipping, a dollar amount off, a dollar amount off a certain amount, a percentage off when you buy a subscription, a cashback, early access to a sale, and my personal favorite, the mystery discount. So when people are signing up, they actually don't know what the discount will be, and we've seen some great results with this. And then during the welcome series, with the welcome series flow, then they will actually see what this discount is. The next step is to actually create the form. So always make sure that you set up a separate form for mobile and desktop, and this allows you to optimize the form for different views and different audiences. So giving your audience the best possible experience, which should increase your sign-up rate. Then we have some basic time delay settings. So for desktop, you want to make sure that you show the form on exit intent, or 4 to 12 seconds on your website, or they're scrolling 60 to 80% of your page. For mobile, you want to have the same settings except for the exit intent, and the display frequency, we've seen the best results when you put this on 3 days. The first step of your sign-up form should be the micro yes, where we ask people for a micro commitment. A micro commitment means we first ask people a simple question which they can answer with yes or no. And the goal is to get the first yes out of a website traffic, because research has shown that people are way more likely to say yes to something if they have said yes earlier in that process. So the question that you could ask could be something like, would you like 10% off your order? So an example which you see in here, would you like to save $25 on your first stair slide? And yes or no thanks, I'll pay full price. And after people have said yes to the micro commitment, you can now ask for the email for your email list. Really important, always ask just one thing per step. Don't ask for the phone number, the first name, etc. all in one step. This will be a major conversion killer. So the structure that we like to use is a headline with your offer, the input field, a call to action button, and the micro copy right underneath the call to action button. So the headline should be grabbing the attention of your audience and also show your offer, and avoid using words like sign up and subscribe, because people don't like to sign up or subscribe to things. So don't mention those words in your sign up form. The input field is pretty straightforward. We just want to ask for their email in this first step. And the call to action button, you want to make this text interesting for the reader. So again, no sign up or subscribe as a call to action button text, and also no continue, because continue is basically nothing. Use a call to action button text to emphasize what people will get. So for example, you could use something like get my discount now. That's something that we have seen that works really well. And finally, the micro copy. A micro copy is a short text right underneath your call to action button. And the goal is to provide people with two options, one interesting option and one not so interesting option. And the research has shown that this increases the likelihood that people will pick the most interesting option. So a good micro copy could be something like no thanks, or no thanks, I'd rather pay full price. And let's take a look at an example of one of our clients. So what you see in here is a headline that says take 10% off your order, a simple input field where we ask for their email, a clear call to action button where we say claim my deal, and a clear micro copy where we say no thanks, I'll pay at full price. So it's really clear what the incentive is. It's really clear where the people should click on, and with the two options that you're giving them, claim the deal or no thanks, I'd rather pay full price, people are gonna click the main call to action button. Next up, the SMS sign up step. So you can directly copy this step from the email sign up step. So you can use the same headline, the same call to action button, the same micro copy. The only thing that changes is the input field, because Ashley now gonna ask for the phone number, and what you'll notice that you have to include an SMS disclosure. So this is like a default text that you have to implement for people to sign up with their phone number. What you can split test for yourself is using a different angle for the SMS sign up. So you can make your SMS list more something like a VIP club, so special discounts, free sales, early access, stuff like that. Or you can give people a better offer compared to the email sign up. So for example, if you gave away 5% off with your email sign up, you can now say, oh, do you want 10% off? Sign up for our SMS list. So these are different angles that you can split test to see what yields the best results for your brand. And finally, we have the confirmation step. Tell your new subscribers to check their inbox for their first welcome email, because this first welcome email will include the incentive that you promised them. You never want to give away the discount code on the success page, because what will happen if you give away the discount code already, that there's no reason for people to actually open your welcome series email, which will result in low open rates, which will hurt your email deliverability. So don't give away the discount code on the success page, but only in the first welcome series email or a text message if people have signed up for SMS as well. Step 3, improve your deliverability. First thing that you want to do is clean your list. So it's not about the quantity of your email list, it's about the quality of your email list. You need to get rid of unengaged people, so your emails are not landing in the spam box. So step 1, get rid of unengaged people of the last 180 days. And in here you can see the exact segment that you can use to build a segment and to suppress these people. The second step is to get rid of the people who have marked your emails as spam. These are also people that you want to get rid of. Third segment that you want to get rid of are emails that have bounced. So again, you can see the exact segments that you can make to make those segments yourself and to get rid of those people as soon as possible. Now you simply got rid of all the fluff. So you only got somewhat engaged people on your list. So you're not emailing your campaigns anymore to people who are unengaged, to people who've marked your email as spam, and to people with bounced emails. So this will already send a much better signal to email providers like Outlook and Gmail. So once you've done that, you can now start sending campaigns again. But what you want to do is start sending campaigns to really tight, engaged segments. And basically there can be two different scenarios. The first scenario could be that 1 to 3 domains have like a 25% or lower open rate. The second scenario can be that all your domains have a 25% or lower open rate. In the first scenario, let's say there's only one domain, for example, Gmail, that has a low open rate. What you want to do is make segments for these domains only based on the engaged last 15, 30, 45, 60, and 90 days. So you want to make all these segments for only Gmail users. And what you now want to do is make your regular segments, but exclude the Gmail users. So let's say only Gmail is the problem. You can just use your regular and 90-day engaged audience minus the Gmail users. And on top of that, you can add Gmail users who have been engaged with you in the last 15 days. So you're sending to a really tight segment of Gmail users to improve the deliverability of people who are using Gmail. And you basically want to do this for at least 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, you want to check if your open rates are already climbing. So if they are improving after 2 weeks, you can basically expand the segment of Gmail users from 15 days to 30 days. You'll let this run for another 2 weeks. Then you check again, are your open rates improving? And now you can start sending to engage last 60 days, last 90 days, etc. until your open rates are at a good level. And let's say you're in the second scenario, so all of your domains have a low open rate of 25% or even lower. Then it's quite easy. You just want to send your emails to a really tight segment of people who have been engaged with your brand in the last 2 weeks. You let this run for 2 weeks, see if your open rates are improving. If they're improving, you can broaden up the segment again, so you can start sending to engaged in the last 30 days. Wait 2 weeks, see if your open rates are still increasing to at least like 35% plus, and then you can start broadening up the segment even more to 45 days, 60 days, until you're at a good level that you're basically sending emails to your complete email list. Another key thing to optimize your email deliverability is improving your email design. So a lot of brands are sending emails that just consist of images and no real text. And for a lot of brands, this can go really, really well, especially for the big brands with really good deliverability. They can definitely do this. But if you're facing issues with your email deliverability, now it's the time to dial back the amount of images and implement real text inside your emails. First of all, don't send emails that only have image slices. So include real text so you have a better image to text balance in your emails. And this will make your emails look less spammy to email providers like Outlook and Gmail. Second tip is to compress all of the images that you use inside your image with softwares like tinypng.com or squoosh.app. And this will result in lower loading times of your emails, which again sends a better signal to email providers like Outlook and Gmail. And the third tip is to send more plain text emails. Plain text emails don't have any images in it. So again, this will send a better signal to email providers, and this will massively improve your email deliverability if you sprinkle in some plain text emails every now and then. And now the fourth step is to start sending campaigns. What kind of campaigns to use? You can think of promo/special offers, holidays/special events, product launches, product highlights. So think of a problem solution angle, and us versus them, an email where you promote bundles that you have, essentials, bestsellers, new arrivals, gift guides, subscriptions, or for example, product restocks. These are all different kind of emails that fall under the bucket of product highlights. Next up, social proof campaigns. So this can be reviews, user-generated content, press mentions, or influencers who have mentioned your brand. The next bucket are the value-based emails. So this can be blogs, articles, myths, how-tos. And finally, the last bucket of campaigns that you can send are company updates, emails where you highlight your brand USPs, a founder story, or for example, recent developments within your company, because people love to see behind the scenes of your company. You can't keep taking from your customers. You need to first provide value to them. So show your customers that you're authentic and only give them a promotional email after giving them enough value. And one big tip is to not use too much discount. Use at least a 5-to-1 ratio. And this means that for every 5 non-discount emails, you can use 1 discount email. And with our own agency for our own clients, we like to use a 10-to-1 ratio. So 10 non-discounted emails versus 1 discounted email. This will protect your brand's profit margins, it will improve your brand reputation, and it will give you much better long-term results. And the last step is testing. Your first setup is not gonna be the highest converting one. You need to keep improving your sign-up forms, your flows, and your campaigns to keep improving your overall results. And you need to identify gaps and opportunities to improve your email marketing and sales process as a whole. Just a few A/B tests that you can already run with just your sign-up forms are things like your offer, a micro yes versus no micro yes, a time delay that you can split test, pop-up form versus a full page form, the copy of the headline, the copy of the call to action button, the copy of the micro copy, the colors that you're using in your sign-up form and of your call to action button, using an image in a sign-up form versus not using an image, and of course the angle that you're using with your SMS sign-up, as we talked about before. So these are already 10 things that you should A/B test with just your sign-up form. But there's so much more about email marketing than this. You need to know exactly what flows you need to set up, how to optimize your email flows, how to write compelling copy, and a lot of other different factors within your email marketing strategy before people will actually buy your product at your store. No matter how good your email marketing strategy is on the surface, if these fine details are not done well, your whole strategy is toast. And that's where I come in. I will guide you step by step through all these finest details to make sure your email strategy is rock solid. So if you want guaranteed growth for your e-commerce store, click on the link in the description and book a call with me. Click here to learn the newest about email design that's taking over e-commerce, so you can start using it to get more customers for your e-commerce brand. I'll see you in the next one.